This is just like the best show ever. Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new Critical Role recaps every Monday at noon. I would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. Now, without further ado, let's discuss the 55th episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role. The vibes are immaculate with this crew. The episode begins as the party finish up at the D&O toy shop and head straight to meet with Uthadurn's king and queen. While there, Fearne makes friends with a lord as they await their summons, named Desavan Kamash, who wants to smash her, inviting her back to his place to chat. While she says she'll take him up on his offer, after meeting with the royalty here, he does give her a beautiful gem-encrusted ring to remember him by without his knowledge. But before you know it, we are face to face with the rulers of Uthadurn, Queen Simone and King Imithon. The pair show their deepest appreciation for the Hell's ability to remove the ancient bull without having to kill it, as they actually are aware of its majesty and its role in the past, as the king lived in the fallen city of Malaesmere several decades earlier. But the party is too busy trying to tell if the king and queen are getting nasty together by performing a myriad of insight checks instead of really taking in the information. But hey, I kind of listened too. Although yes, I was curious, and no, the rulers are not getting it on. Anyway, let's start with some of the basics. Communication magic isn't the only thing affected by lewdness in the moon. It seems people in the city are also having problems with resurrection rituals, which is worrying, because should a party member pass away before they can solve any of this moon madness, they're just gone. Forever. Much like Daddy Esteros or Orum's family. I wonder if it's connected in some way to that poison, like maybe they got the poison from Ruidus, except that wouldn't make sense because this is their first connection with Ruidus. I don't know, tell me your thoughts. Something we're not sure about is teleportation. The king and queen have also sent out agents to find out what's beyond the borders via teleportation, and they have no idea yet if it worked. Also sending out folks on foot to check up on their teleporting pals should something have happened to trap them forever on a teleportation limbo, I don't know. That just wouldn't be fun, and I worry that might happen should the party attempt to reunite. Also, the Applebee's soul cycle, as Deanna so lovingly called it, is permanent. They find out it should have ended days ago, but it's been persistent. So not only has lewdness tethered Ruidus to our planet with a weird red elevator, but Exandria is currently at a permanent ley line shift with all of its abounding energy. Energy that he probably needs to keep his connection with the moon going. Crazy stuff, like how can someone be this powerful? But after the Hell share who is behind all of the not good stuff, the king isn't exactly surprised. It turns out lewdness lived in Malaesmere just like he did, the city that was built on a magic font, even surviving the 100 years of fire after the calamity. But one day, out of the blue, a toxic shadow engulfed the city, on an Applebee soul cycle. And of course, all of the party also questioned whether lewdness had a hand in its destruction. The party decided the best distraction and reconnaissance mission would be to travel down to the Savalier Wood and its corrupted forests and seek out info on lewdness's time there in the relics of the fallen city. The monarchs gift them a map of the Savalier Wood, yay, maps, and many other gifts, like a Mistral +1 plate from a family who lost a loved one in the fight with the bull, a butt-ton of coin, their new title as Protectors of the Diarchy, aka a VIP pass anywhere, and an all-expenses-paid trip to Catelyn, the royal tailor. I couldn't help but wonder how, Marisha would have handled talking to the king and queen. I mean, as Beau, she was so privy to keeping notes. Or what about Liam? I mean, the scene with the dodecahedron and the Bright Queen in Campaign 2 is so iconic. I miss them, guys. After their meeting, Frida pulls Deanna aside and reveals their crush on letters, which is super cute. Except it's definitely a trauma bond, by the way, just based on how the Aormaton was speaking, but it could be great. Also, I never thought to ask why they were up in the wilds, but it turns out they were in Islecross, apparently looking for things that might trigger some of Frida's memories. They reveal it to the group later that Aor is now covered with the Bright Queen's armies and also bandits and criminals looking to make a buck on some ancient shiz. The party split, FCG and Frida going on a mini date and end up confessing some feelings for each other. And kissing. Yes, we love kissing. But Frida takes FCG to meet Jacoby, and the delightful tinkerer helps weld the mithril plate into them and also opens up the inside of their, is it a helmet, I guess? But reveals what letters mean. FCG stands for Faithful Caregiver, which is just so sweet. Everyone else goes back to the library to get their packet of research on lewdness. Turns out, sometimes lewdness did good stuff, but most of it was for personal gain. He ended a conflict called the Crimson Midnight and was hailed as a hero, but was able to use that as levity to get the former king of the Dwendalian Empire to integrate in the Cerberus Assembly. Not good. Also, it turns out he came from up north, a town in Asilra called Evadel. But I was doubting that, and so were the Hells. This ancient fuck probably came from one of the first cities ages ago. Who knows if you can believe him or even how old he is. Bell's Hells enlist Elvin Troy Baker, a Woodley auditor named Kinash Saravalden, who is familiar with traversing the Savalier Wood for research to escort them around, and then we go shopping. Yay, love shopping. After bleeding the diarchy dry in fabrics and champers, the party returned to Deanna's for the night. Chetney puts out a loose invite for Deanna, or maybe Fearne, to bone him, but it seems Fearne may have interest in Deanna, warning him if he didn't make a move, she would. And then our pair of Aormatons spend the night together, and do some kissing, before Frida paints FCG like one of their French bots. What did you guys think of the episode? My main question is what the heck is going on with the gods? When Chetney tries to talk with the matron of Raven's people, and Deanna goes and speaks with her fellow followers of the Dawnfather, they all say that they can feel their gods, but it's like they've turned away, or their attention is elsewhere. They were even curtailing prayers from outsiders or maybe lower members of the faith. Fearne goes on her own outside the city to visit a temple of the Wild Mother, and she tried to reach out to make a connection with Orym, but she feels nothing. I'm just curious as to why they've cut off their followers cold turkey in the talking department. Like, are they prepping for Predathos? Are they keeping their peoples safe by making sure the divine magics that course through them maybe aren't detectable by the Eater of Faith magic? I don't know. What do you guys think? How do you feel about all the love going around? I mean, Frida and FCG, and Chetney, and well, Deanna, or Fearne and Deanna? There's a lot of crisscrossing. What about Fearne and Chetney? Is that done? Tell me what you guys are thinking. Also, if you were a goat, would you milk yourself? I guess you had to be there. I think the 4-hour episode was worth it for that joke alone. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Good day, my friends.